guys, welcome back to Likewise Pod. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sam, and we're so excited for another episode this week. We are already like halfway through our March Madness theme, which is so funny because March Madness literally hasn't even started yet, so that's kind of funny. Also, tell me why. This is so random. I feel like our Hey Guys was like the most chill sounding Hey Guys we've ever had in our life.
Probably.
Like I just felt like we were both just like, hey guys. Like so low energy, but you know what? We're rolling with it.
Yeah, and to go with our topic of messy girl era, we are right on brand today with being some messy girls. And
Right.
you know what?
Right. We don't need to defend
Actually, that's
it.
all I have to say about
we are
it.
messy girls today. In terms of our planning, recording, everything. Yeah, that especially.
Our emotional
But
well-being.
we'll get into it
Well, mine.
in a little bit, but we just
Oh my
gotta,
gosh, I just...
accept it. We're coming clean. We're letting you know, but we're not apologizing for
We
it.
just had to come clean.
We're flawed. Take it or
Yeah.
leave it.
So... Oh my gosh. Honestly, we're just rolling right into messy girl era with our roses and thorns.
It
Like,
is so
it's
on brand.
really... Everything is just
Yeah,
so right on brand.
so-
So Sam, do you want to get us started with your
Alright,
roses and thorns?
My thorn. I could have so many thorns, but I figured that's just like bad energy to just, have so many thorns and just keep them rolling. But I do have one that's very intense. So, guys, last Wednesday? Yeah, so like a week ago, I got a pedicure with my friends from work at a place I have gotten a pedicure before. So it's not like I went somewhere that's like bad, known for these things to happen, whatever. And we did this because my boss's wedding was this last week, and we wanted to have our toes cute because we were going to be wearing heels that had our dogs out. And sorry. So I go to this appointment, right? I'm mid pedicure. Like, I'm so far through my pedicure, and my boyfriend texts me and he goes, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to ask where you guys were gonna go, because my coworker went to this specific place, and that's where she got her staph infection." And I said, "Oh, yeah." So about that, actually, that's where we are right now, and are in the middle of our pedicures. But I was like, I'm not gonna be that worried about it, because I was like, it's very like, that's easy for those things to happen. I am now learning in the sense of like pedicures, like it's easy for like, even if you like don't necessarily get an infection, but you even just have the slightest irritation of your skin, whatever you do after the fact, you could then give yourself an infection, which is what I believe I did to myself. So basically I got a pedicure with my friends and got that text, whatever, got worried about it. Then I proceeded to develop an infection. Awesome. But my two friends did not. I'm the only one. And me and my one friend had the same lady, like, do us. Like, she did me first and then went and did her. And she does not have an infection. And so I'm just like, dang. It's just like, I also came, her and I, we were like, we both felt like we had never had somebody scrub our legs so hard in our lives. Like, I was like, she just exfoliated me so hard that my skin was just irritated. Like, I just had some irritated hair follicles the next day. And it was so funny because I so shamelessly, like, went to the nail salon and I was like, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't shaved my legs in weeks. Like, I don't even care. Whatever. Next day, legs are all irritated, whatever. Well, it was my boss's wedding, and I did all this stuff. Like, my irritation had kind of gone down, and I was like, you know what, I probably shouldn't shave my legs considering my skin was all irritated, but I'm going to anyways. And that's where it all went wrong. And now I have an infection on my leg. So it's really awesome. And I've just been doing a bunch of stuff to treat it. It's been taking up so much of my time. And I'm just, obviously keeping an eye on it and making sure it doesn't get to a point where I need medical attention. So I don't think I'm ever getting a pedicure ever again. Like, I'm traumatized. Because I also, like, I don't even like them, like, rubbing my legs and stuff. So I was like, first of all, I didn't even have, like, an enjoyable time. I don't really love pedicures. And then for this to happen to me, yep, never doing that again. So, yes, very messy. That was my long thorn. I hope that never happens to any of you. It hurts. My rose is that my job transition is kind of starting to happen, which is exciting because in like January, I found out that I was going to be able to switch over from my current position, kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of on our studio team, but also just overall like marketing campaign stuff. And then I'm moving over into like more of a role supporting our like social content team. So still in marketing, but I'm just transitioning to a different job. And it's starting to kind of have its overlap, and I'm hopefully going to be fully like in that role soon. It's been a while, but yay. That's all I got.
So exciting. Okay, I'm gonna do kind of like a rose thorn rose because you have to know like my rose to know my thorn. So my rose is that I saw Lainey last night. Ah, so fun. My thorn is that the post-concert depression is kicked in, like fully. Basically, as soon as I got home, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm. This sounds so sad and pathetic, but I basically cried myself to sleep last night. So messy. But it's, I think, okay, one, I've not slept a lot the past 2 days. Like, the last night, I think I got almost 6 hours of sleep. And then the night before, I got almost 5 hours of sleep. And then, like, having to, like, actually do stuff and, like, all, yeah, like, throughout the day, rough. Does not make for a emotionally stable Issa. Anyways, and so yesterday, where was I? I don't even know what I was saying. Anyways, okay. So I think it's because, like, didn't get a lot of sleep. And so, emotions already run high when you're low on sleep and just all the things. But also, I don't think they had a great time in Seattle. And, like, it makes me so sad because, like, Lainey, like, they were coming off, like, the high of sold out arena in Salt Lake and then Boise being great and then very, very mid 2 nights in Seattle. Like, that's so sad. Sam, I think about our conversation all the time after we saw Band Camino in 2022 and then we were driving back to Pullman and we were talking about how, like, when artists come to Seattle, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, get to play in Seattle, blah, 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 it's so cool here. And then we're like, what the heck, it's just Seattle. But then realizing, oh my gosh, no, so many, like, big artists and, like, so much, like, music has come out of Seattle. Like, Seattle's actually, like, a big place in the music industry. So it's like, oh, wow, like, people are actually stoked to come here. So now I'm like, please be excited to come again. Like, literally Paul, like, the lead singer, lead guitarist, like, the front man of the band, like, literally had to call out the Mez for sitting down. Then he posted on his story before they came out on Wednesday, last night, about it, basically saying, like, what did he say? It was like, the only thing that movies and Lainey have in common is that they're both better than real life. Just a reminder, at movies, you sit down. At a Lainey show, you stand up. And I was like, oh my gosh, my heart's breaking. And yeah, so I just want people to love Seattle and want to come back. And you know what? Concert etiquette. Like, it's still not here. Like, I was telling my sister about, like, how people, like, weren't really dancing and, like, looking like they were having a good time. And she's like, I was having a great time, like, best night of my life. And I was like, no, we were having a great time because, like, the group of people we were with, like, we were doing what we're supposed to do, like, dancing around, singing, like, having a blast. But, like, I saw a lot of people in GA, they were just, like, standing there, like, not really, like, doing much. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's literally so sad. Like, if you're gonna be in GA, you have to jump around. You have to dance. Like that's so sad. Especially if you're gonna be in the front. But whatever. Also, I did spend a fortune on merch, but I digress. Anyways. And my rose, Lainey, back-to-back nights. I didn't go just last night, as I led you to believe. I went on Tuesday. So like my sister and I, we got tickets when they first went on sale. Because my sister, like, for some reason started listening to, like, their newest album. And she's like, you know what? I feel like I could like them, maybe. And so we got tickets to the, like, first night. And then it sold out. Then they added night 2, which is also so, like, makes me so sad. Because it's like, shoot, you literally added a night 2 because the first night sold out, blah, blah, blah. But if you didn't have a great time, you might not come back. Terrifying. Anyways. And then so before the show, like, my sister Olivia, she's like kind of not stoked about it. She's like, I don't really know if I really want to go. And then we lined up early and it was cold. And she's like, I wish I wasn't here. I just want to go home. I was like, no. But then like we got through the night and she's like, oh my gosh, that was so good. And then yesterday she's like, Issa, I can't stop thinking about it. It was so good. It was so much fun. I was like, I know. And so I was trying to convince her to get a ticket to last night's show too, but she didn't. And then when I was there, I like sent her a video of like every single song one of the openers did because she like fell in love. It's so funny. And then I FaceTimed her during one of his songs and she was crying. It was so funny. And then I sent her a couple videos from Lainey's set, blah, 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 blah. So good, so fun. She's like, I have so much FOMO. I should have gone. I was like, yeah, I know. Then she just keeps saying, Issa, that was the best night of my life. I think I just had to experience it live to really appreciate them. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't be so obsessed now. I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been trying to get you to like them for years. By years, I mean 2021. When I started listening to them, she's like, LOL, yeah, sorry. But yeah, so my rose and thorns, I'm all over the place. I'm a very messy girl today. I just literally just want to cry.
Love our messy girl era. No, for real. I was like,
our long story so times just in the roses and thorns. My bad.
Also, messy girl. We are still in the biggest reading slips ever. If you wanted or cared for an update, it's extremely messy of us because we do have an arc that we're both supposed to have read. And the book comes out tomorrow, and it just sucks that we're in this, like, bad slump, because we just, like, it's impacting our entire reading life so bad.
Yeah. I do not recommend getting 1,000,000 arcs if you're in a slump.
Right.
And then being surprised with getting an arc on one of the last days that you have to read another one. I'm so tired of this. I'm sorry. I love all of our author friends. I love them. I love them. I want to keep reading their books, but I'm also like, I'm so tired.
Some of our author friends' books that came out a month ago, because, like, I would have read them right when they came out if I wasn't, like, bogged down with other arcs that then put me in this bad slump from having an arc a week since the beginning of the year. And then oh my gosh, this one, I was so excited because I was like, yes, finally, we have one where we've had it for, like, we're going to have it for a whole month. Like, we have so much time to read it. And I was like, this is awesome. I'll make sure I read it by, like, this time, or, like, start it by this time, and then I'll, like, be done. And then that just never happened. Yeah, I still procrastinated it. It's my slump.
No, same. I know, I feel so bad, and, like, our author friends are gonna hear this, they're gonna be like, take them off the list.
We're just
like,
girls.
No, keep us on, but just know, we're just girls.
I know this is not the episode for hot takes, but Issa and I have said it, I don't know if we've, like, ever, like, said it on record, like, on the podcast, but, like, as frequent arc readers, we do have opinions on how much time should be allotted to arc reading, and I'm sorry, but, like, sometimes I think anything under 2 weeks and at 2 weeks is not enough time.
That's the one. Yeah, I like it. I like having a month because it doesn't make me feel overwhelmed. But then it comes down to the wire like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. But that's because of me.
Right, because before I would have said that 2 weeks is perfectly enough time, whatever, and for a lot of people it is. But then once it was like I was reading them frequently enough to then be at the point where I had like 5 at the same time, all coming out right around like the same weeks of each other, that got to be too much, because it's like, yes, I have 3 arcs right now that all need to be done in the next 2 weeks. So it was like I felt like I couldn't, I mean, and that's on me too for signing up for so many, but I think a lot of arc readers are also reading other arcs,
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
say.
and if you don't know what an arc is, it's an advanced reader copy. So it's just you get the book for free in exchange for a review before the book comes out. That's what it is. But and like, yes, 2 weeks is plenty of time, I do think, because it only takes us like actually maybe 4 or 5 days to read a book.
Yeah, I'll spend
even then, like, it takes us like 2 or 3 to read a book. So 2 weeks, plenty of time. But like, even when we got our first 2-week arc period, like, I was like, whoa, that is coming up so soon. I felt so overwhelmed, and I was only reading 1 or maybe 2 books or something at that time, and so I like had plenty of time. I had all the tools necessary to be able to read it in that time, but I still like put it off because it was so overwhelming. And then I was like, now I only have 2 days to read it, and then it made me even more overwhelmed. Like,
like, especially when you want to like take time being very intentional and like, giving it your full attention and whatnot. But yeah, not to get carried away, I just had to speak my truth on that. But yeah, messy girl era. You might be thinking, what's a messy girl? And you know what?
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm glad you asked. First thing, please don't take us too seriously in this episode, because like these are very just like, I don't know, silly like internet aesthetic terms, and like whatever you want them to be. Honestly, like, there's so many different things for like messy girl that it can kind of be whatever you want. But yeah, me personally, I kind of just liked thinking about it like within the same realm of like, you have that girl, you have soft girl, and you have clean girl. Which I guess messy girl is direct opposite of clean girl. If like, you're just thinking about the words. But the one thing is that messy girl, she defies the bounds. That's what I thought about it. She defies the bounds.
Stop it. That is so
girl,
funny.
soft girl and clean girl.
Yeah, I think like, okay, sorry. I'll read the next point first, and then I'll kind of talk about what I think. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So Sam also wrote down that there's like there's like 2 ways of interpreting messy girl in our opinions. There's like the kind of uglier side of messy, where it's like the drama or petty behavior type. But then there's also like just the idea of being unapologetically yourself and just kind of embracing like the natural flaws. Kind of like praise the hot mess, flawed female characters, because like in books or movies, TV, whatever, like media, like those are the most realistic ones, and those are the ones that we relate to most. Yeah. And so like just thinking about it, I'm like, I have always been a messy girl. Not in like the drama petty, well, maybe petty, but like not in like that kind of messy way, but just in the messy way of like actually,
just,
that's
like,
it.
Being very human. Just like being very human and being like very real, and like obviously it's like you're gonna like do things that maybe aren't perfect, or
I feel like
making mistakes and things, but it's like you are just like very unapologetically yourself.
Yeah,
like, that's messy girl to me.
Like, I feel like No Thoughts Head Empty is also kind of like epitome of messy girl.
Yeah,
like she just
for real.
She just goes and YOLOs along the way.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because in my brain, like, something that I couldn't get out was like, it feels very like romanticize your life to me, in the sense that it's like maybe you're not like a super focused on like responsibilities or like whatever things, but like you're just living life in the moment and like getting all these experiences, doing these things, and just living. And maybe not, I don't know, some of those other, like, that girl is very not material, but like kind of material, and like all those ones are very like routine, wellness, getting your goals, like career focused, versus like messy girl is like, I want to live my life that's fun in the way I want to, and I don't care, like, well, maybe you do care what people think, because I do, but it's like, you know, I'll worry about the other things later.
Yeah.
I'll worry about the consequences of my actions later.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, when I was thinking about it, I was kind of just thinking like, oh, messy girl, like she doesn't have it all together. She doesn't have everything like so methodical and planned out, or like really, she's just building her life as she goes, experiencing life as it goes, and I don't know, yeah, just YOLOing along the way. And I'm like, dang,
YOLO.
I actually so identify with that. And I feel like I'm in a place where I'm beginning to be okay with that. And like, I want to be more, like, I always have wanted to be more in the moment. Like, not that I don't, or not that I'm not, but I feel like I'm always just so caught up in the past and in the future that I forget to like just take it in where I'm at.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, and it's so hard to not obviously see all those other aesthetics, I guess, online, and like wish that you were maybe more that way. Like, maybe as somebody who is more messy girl than any of the other things, like, it's like I've always seen those things as being very unattainable, because I'm like, that's just not my life. And in a very physical sense, I'm a messy girl. Like, growing up and now, like, my room is always messy. Like, maybe I'll clean it, and that's not necessarily what messy girl is about, but like, I guess like when you're growing up and things, like, that's what it feels like it is. Like, it's like, no, my room is always messy. I have a lot of organized chaos in my life, and maybe it's like, oh, I'm a major like overthinker or all these things, and there's so many ways that I'm just messy. But then it's like all the, and it's interesting because in like this is so unrelated to what I was just saying, but like in the 2000s, like early 2000s, and like growing up, like all the like it girls of like pop culture and everything, and like TV celebrities, whatnot, they were all like messy girls. Like, the it girls were very much like, you know, there's like Paris Hilton, Britney, like all people with very messy moments, and they were like the it girls. And then now it's like the people who are like so that girl, clean girl, that now like 10-year-olds, you got the Sephora 10-year-olds wanting retinol. So
Yeah. I don't even know what
and I wanted
retinol is.
like tinted baby lips. So
When I was 10, I just wanted candy. I still just want candy.
right. But I don't know. I've always felt like I'm a messy girl, and that those other things are like unattainable, and that it's like more desirable to be the other things versus being a messy girl. And I feel like it's like, no, like, especially like, yeah, like you said, like books, movies, TV, whatever, like kind of like messy or like flawed female characters, like they are the most relatable and most human and real. And it's like, that's why you like those characters so much, because you're like, oh, I related to them so much. I loved being in their mind, or like seeing their point of view the whole time, and like really being in their head, because it's like exactly how I think or whatever. But yeah, messy girls unite. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. So, because we forgot about it all week, LOL, we've been MIA at like different points this week.
Yeah, I was MIA since like last Wednesday. until like I don't know, maybe randomly on Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, and then I
Monday
kind
maybe.
of left. I feel like like I was here intermittently, but I was just absolutely gone and like not anywhere near anything. Tuesday and Wednesday and today and a little bit of Monday too, because I also had stuff going on then too. I don't know. It's been a week. Um,
Yeah.
so we did not get to this until today. But we asked you some messy girl questions and you delivered. Oh my gosh, like reading these as they were coming in, I was like, this is so funny. Like, in the most respectful way.
It
It
is
is so
funny.
funny. I
Yeah.
love it.
No, it's true. For real, in the most respectful way. And I think it's kind of fun because, like, to, like, reflect on maybe things we've done or, like, see how many of these things are almost like those canon events or, like, you know, really common experiences because with, like, I don't know, the idea with there being so much comparison with being a messy girl to then, like, the more desirable, like, that girl, clean girl, soft girl, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to have so much, like, guilt or shame around like your being more of a messy girl. Like it's so hard to not just like carry so much shame with that and think of all the things you've done as being like problematic and so messy and you'll never be that girl or whatever. Um so I think sometimes like seeing all these things that are really just like common shared experiences helps kind of like derail that shame a little bit.
Yes, I agree. Uh,
Amazing.
sorry.
No, you're good. I was looking at the doc and I was like, all I wrote down was moments. So I'm like, wait, what was the question? But no, I think it was just asking like, for like, first we asked for like messy girl moments in general, like really any spectrum of it, like maybe like past drama, like current drama, things that are happening in relationships, friends, literally anything. Like, what's like maybe like a toxic moment, like any story time. Really, we're just like, give us any messy girl story time. Um, and so, one of them is taking every bad thing someone has done to me and writing about it. Which, like, yeah. Like, you do me wrong, you get a slam poem about you. Sorry.
That's so funny. Honestly, I feel like we do. That's what we do on the pod. Except like all we do is just censor names and some identifiers of like stories, just so that people can't sue us.
Right.
But
Am I gonna subtweet you in a TikTok? Absolutely.
absolutely, am I gonna subtweet you in the pod? Yes. And are you ever gonna know? No, because you don't listen.
Right. And we know. We know you
Well,
don't
we
listen.
do know. So, JK, JK. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
I forgot about one of the things that we were going to talk about, and I'm going to add it to the bottom of the doc.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Okay, the next one is canceled a date to a high school dance the day of because I was too nervous. Oop. That's rough.
Mood.
And you know what? Actually, like, almost been there, but then I was like, I can't. And not that like I was too nervous, but I was just like, oh, I don't know that I want to go with this person just because like the feelings were not the same on both sides, and so I was like, ah. But went and was good, so it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like I can't remember anything like super exact, but I feel like I've definitely had similar situations. But I also, okay, wait, this is refreshing my brain a little bit. In high school, like my freshman year, yeah, definitely my freshman year, there was this guy that I kind of had a crush on, like a little bit. And it was mainly because, like, any guy I talked to or, like, kind of had a crush on in high school, it was because I was always, like, very confused over my feelings of, like, we'd be friends, and then I would just have a lot of confusion of like my platonic feelings for romantic feelings and decide that I had a crush on them, even if I like probably didn't. Because then the second we did start talking or something, I'd get the ick so fast, or like I'd be like, I actually don't like you. I just really liked the idea of like you, and I think part of it was just being such good friends. Like you can like envision that they'd be a good partner, but maybe not for you. But so I did have this guy that I guess thought I liked because we were friends, and I didn't know that him and another girl had also kind of been talking, or that like she really really liked him. And so I like asked him to our like Tolo, or like girls ask guys dance freshman year. I asked him, and then she came to me and she was like, hey, like, I was literally going to ask him tomorrow.
Well, you didn't get there first, so that sucks.
Right.
No,
So it was like kind of this messy moment a little bit. But then I was like, you know what? I get it. It was kind of just like a friend thing to me. Like, I didn't really have like intense things about it, but like, I can tell you obviously really like him. And they also, I think, did like track or something together. So like they had a lot of extra like connection than he and I even did. So I was kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back a little bit, and like we all kind of talked. It was this whole weird situation, but like I talked to him, she talked to him, whatever, and she still asked him, and so we like both kind of went with him, but didn't.
Sister dates.
No, it was so crazy because then I ended up just going with like a group of my friends, and they more so went together. Like I kind of just took the step back because I was like not really trying to be messy, and felt so messy for like asking him first because she really liked him. I don't know, it was weird. Had a good time, did the worm, duh. A core memory, I just remember doing the worm at that dance.
That's so funny.
And yeah, so like I guess I didn't necessarily like cancel my date, but like I let someone else take my date.
Okay, I just thought of...
Oh wait, I think they're still together, actually. That was the other important part of the story. I think they are still together to this day. So like, good for them.
Oh my gosh. Sam, how could you almost come between that?
No, exactly.
Okay, wait, actually, I just thought of my own messy girl memory, but like, I wasn't the messy girl in this. You know this story, but I'm gonna have to like...
Yeah, I do.
Censor myself a lot, just in case. I doubt these other people will ever listen to this. But, so in high school, it was my junior year, and I was talking to a guy in one of my classes, and blah, 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 blah. It was going on for a couple months, and like we went on dates and stuff. We weren't boyfriend, girlfriend, we were just going on dates, and then all of a sudden, like, just stopped talking to me. I was like, whoa, what? Like, it's been almost a week since we've talked. Whatever. What's going on? So then I texted him. I was like, hey, like, just want to check in. Like, what's going on? And then he's like, oh, basically, like, me and my ex, he had an ex who he was dating, like, for a year and a half before they broke up. That year, like, at, like, 2 or 3 months before we ever started talking. So, like, honestly, plenty of time. And it's high school, so... high school, lol. Anyways, and so he's like, basically like, yeah, BT dubs, back with my ex, see ya. I was like, oh, cool, good talk.
Happens to the best of us.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's fun. And I was really bummed because like I actually did really like this guy, and I was thinking, oh, maybe like we'll become official, or like we'll probably go to prom together and stuff, blah blah, because like in my high school it was just a senior prom, and so it was seniors only and then their dates. I went to prom my freshman year. LOL. And I didn't talk to anyone my sophomore year, and so junior year I was like, oh, I'll go to prom again, like it'll be fun, yeah, it'll be good. And then spoiler, did not go to prom. I find out a couple weeks later, because of a connection that my dad had to this guy's mom, that basically this girl, like the ex, found out that this guy was gonna ask me to prom. Like, he was working on a promposal for me, and so the ex got word of this. Basically, just she wanted a date to prom, and so she's like, my ex-boyfriend, yes, let's start talking again. And then that happened, and shoot. Okay, the way he asked her was not as good, in my opinion, as the way he was allegedly going to ask me. After prom, like, they weren't together.
Right. Crazy. I was actually just last night thinking about, like, how frequent it actually is that people's relationships, like, get, like, even, like, situationships, for the most part, I guess, get, like, I don't know, they just end because of people getting back together with their ex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so frequent. Like, because then, like, that happened to me. Such a messy girl era. 2020. Lordy. But yeah, that happened to me. I, like, really liked this guy or whatever. And, like, things were, like, getting good, and then he was kind of getting ghost mode. He was just being very flaky, and I was like, what the heck? This is, like, not how he was gonna be. Like, huh? Then find out, oh, he's back with his ex or whatever. So then I'm like, dang, that sucks, but, like, his loss, whatever. Like, had something good. And then I, you know, messy of me, I should have just not gotten involved again. But then get into 2021 and I involve myself with this guy again because they're, like, not together again. Like, they broke up again. And then, like, it gets rekindled a little bit. And it's just like, you know what? This is not a good idea. Do a little, like, I don't know. I was also kind of, not to call myself a pick-me, but I feel like in that era of my life, I feel like I was being a little bit of a pick-me because...
Pick me in a derogatory way.
It was just way. Right, like, it was just, like... I think it's just because I was so, like, I was fresh out of my, like, 3-year high school, like, relationship that, like, went into college a little bit. I was fresh out of that relationship. Also, like, COVID was happening, so, like, online, everything's different. Like, I don't know. So, I was just a very different person and acted very different than I do now, and I probably would never have done all those things. Wow, I'm thinking of so many messy girl moments now, and I'm like, why didn't I write these down? Like, okay, whirlwind of a story, but I will make it as short as possible. My friends and I laugh about this now, okay? In 7th grade, I had the biggest crush on this guy who, surprise, surprise, like I said earlier, was my best friend. Yep. I was really like, let's make this friends to lovers thing happen. 7th grade, we literally would just, like, pass notes all the time in our, like, 6th period class we had together, which was the last class of the day. And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure he knew I liked him or whatever, and we were, like, just so close. And I think at that point I had already, like, admitted to him that I liked him and all this stuff. It was very odd, whatever, middle school type thing. What happens, even though obviously all my friends know that I'm obsessed with him, right? Well, my really good friend starts dating him. T. Then she proceeds to, at the end of that school year, 7th grade still, break his heart. So first, like, it was already, like, me and my other friends would joke, we'd be like, she stole my man. I'm like, we're literally 12. But I was like, she stole my man. And then she broke his heart. And I was like, it's because guess what? She didn't. I was like, to me at the time, I was like, she didn't really like him that much. What the heck? Like, that's how I felt. And whatever, we stayed friends in middle school. But then I always, like, went on to just, like, have other friend groups, talk to other people, whatever. And then her and him reconnect our freshman year. And okay, sophomore year. Our sophomore year, they reconnect, and they go to homecoming together. Our sophomore year, and like nothing past that. They just kind of like talked for a little bit. They go to homecoming together. They never date again. What happens that year? Okay, I break my foot or whatever, and then I like post on my Snapchat story as a 15-year-old would do that they just had foot surgery right when they get out of school for the summer. And then he like swipes up on it. We start talking again, just like snapping all the time. We're like becoming good friends again. And I was like, dang, I really missed this. Like, I missed us being best friends. Haha. And then we're just giving you some of our lore. This is crazy. So then, like, my birthday comes, and we just start talking more, whatever. Okay, school year starts. We're like kind of more of a fling, and we go to homecoming together. But then guess what? That year, so that's my junior year, I go to homecoming with him. My friend who previously dated him went to homecoming with him the year before, goes to homecoming with this other guy, who then became my senior year homecoming date. Who he didn't go to our school. That's the best part. He went to a completely different school, and I brought him to our homecoming senior year because him and I had driver's ed together and became good friends through that, and then had a really good like mutual friend. But then that was also problematic because he had like an actual serious ex-girlfriend who went to our school. So then he was almost not going to come because he was scared of running into her. So big drama all around, but the joke of the friend group was that I recycled my friends' homecoming dates.
Yeah, Sam, that's so messy. What the? I guess reduce,
right, but it was
recycle,
more like it was
but...
like we were just like a big friend group, you know. It was whatever. Yeah, wild. The high school lore.
She said, "Actually, you're gonna find my dates for me."
No, and it's so funny too because I had known who this guy was for like so long because one of my friends from dance like grew up with him, was like best friends with him her whole life, and she also really liked him.
Wait, so when did you start dating your high school boyfriend?
March of my senior year, or February.
That's so funny.
Okay, both, like,
yeah,
situationship to dating.
Yeah.
But yeah, like February, March of my senior year.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, Sam.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
So crazy. It's so funny because it was also just like, and it was fun just for the experience of like having these dates to like dances or whatever, and like mingling with different friends and having these big friend groups from other schools. But it was just funny because I'm like, I never actually had like relationships with these people. I was actually just telling people at work the other day about the one, like the guy I was like obsessed with in 7th grade. Anyways, he was my first kiss, and
ooh, Sam, T, how old were you when you had your first kiss?
16.
Wow.
But yeah,
I did not know that.
He was my
Honestly,
first
I did
kiss.
not know that, or like, I didn't know that middle school story, or your, you know,
right,
using your friend to get dates the next year story.
I love my like situationship lore because it's so funny, and I feel like it's like common, like that happens so much, like I don't know, I guess in friend groups in high school. But I just love my situationship lore because it's all just like, it all happened of like, oh, guy best friend turns situationship with tragic ending every single time. And no, sorry mom. I was a messy girl at 16 at the time, and I invited him over because we had parent-teacher conferences, so we got out from school as a half day, and he had his license, and I didn't, because I couldn't take driver's ed to get my license when I was 16 because my right foot was broken and in a boot.
So that's how you picked him up. Or like, right. You're not like literally, because you're in a like a pickup line.
Right. But I literally, it was like parent-teacher conference half day. I was like, just come over. After school, we can hang out. That's so bad of me. So bad of me. Oh my gosh.
But Sam, your children are going to listen to this and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that.
bad times. And then when he left, because I was like, you need to leave. No, we watched a movie, and then I was like, bye. And then he like kissed me. It was so awkward. And then the next week, we go back to school or whatever, and we like hug in the hallway. And I just have this vivid memory that he tried to call me baby, and I had the ick so bad because I hate like babe, baby, all of that. I literally, that was the moment that I was like, nope, done.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. I did not know this.
This is the best lore. I'm sorry for telling these long stories. We could cut some of that out, whatever. But I just had to share.
That's so good.
Messy girl.
I love it. Okay, speaking of boy best friend, the next one came from someone, and they said, drunkenly made out with a boy best friend, boy BFF, freshman year, and ruined our friendship. Yikes.
Yikes.
That's all I have to say. I have nothing to contribute. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Sorry, girl.
I have indeed ruined friendships with guy best friends just because, but it's like been like a mutual ruining where it's like we're like, yay, like we're best friends, and it's like, let's date, let's try and date, and then we're like, this doesn't work actually. And it's been like, sometimes it's been like, yes, we're still friends, and sometimes it's we're very much not friends.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Like, who would have guessed that Sam was the messy one? Like, I would have put my money on me being the messy one of the two of us.
I feel like I'm making it all like a little more dramatic than it all ever was, because like
No,
underlying some of these things, there's more mess where like somebody who I'm no longer friends with, who I had the worst friendship breakup with in my entire life, she like told me things that now I don't know if they were ever true or not, and that impacted all these relationships. Like she told me rumors of like what these guys like said to the other guys on the football team about me, like what happened with me and the one guy. And now I'm like, what if none of that ever happened? And she just like,
and she just said
not made it up, but like, right, because I'm like, I just don't know what to believe anymore. And then I didn't find out until like really long time into my like first like actual like relationship, that the only reason, because like she kind of like match made us, and like the only reason she was doing it was because the guy was friends with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was only going to go to the school dance with her because he was like a year older than her. Like he wasn't in school anymore, we were seniors. He was only going to come with her to the dance if some of his friends were going. That was the only reason she match made us, because like all his other friends were in relationships.
Right, wait, no, I did know this.
And I fell right into it. And like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't blame her, because like, whatever, like, it was like we were either gonna get together or not, and like maybe we were just gonna be a school dance date and it was gonna work out for her, and like then we maybe would have just never dated, but like we did date. You know? So it was just so funny, like just learning that way later, that's the only reason she was so intense about getting us together.
Oh my gosh.
So messy. Yeah, there's a lot of messy stuff, but
yeah, apparently.
Honestly, none of it's that bad. Like, it's still crazy. Sorry. Wow. I took so much time telling these stories.
No, you're good. I like it. It's
sorry,
so
editing
funny.
Issa. Editing Issa can listen and take whatever out of the story she feels like.
She won't.
Contributes to the best listening experience.
Oh.
She won't.
Okay. The next category that of like questions that we put up is like your biggest red flag that you'd admit to.
T. Okay, so the first one was getting way too attached and planning our whole wedding before the third date. Which, like, real.
Relatable. I don't even get to the first date.
Right. Right. No, no, no. I'm planning our wedding and we've never even spoken.
No, that's actually what it is. I think that's just girlhood.
Yeah.
Like, okay, in college, my friend and I, okay, whatever. My friend and I, we had crushes on these two guy roommates on our floor. And we schemed, like, we masterminded this whole plan to, like, become friends with them. It's so to get them to fall in love with us. And then so we literally started, like, we masterminded, like, conversation topics. We masterminded, like, a group chat. And, like, we made sure to, like, hang out every single week. Like, doing whatever. And then somehow this other guy joined the group. And it's like, brother, you're not here for the same reasons that we are. And these two guys, they don't know why we're actually here. They just think we want to be friends, or they just think that we have this in common or whatever. No, it's because we were, like, delusionally in love. And, like, looking back, I'm like, absolutely not. But at the same time, like, that was just so funny. And, like, that's just the epitome of girlhood, I think.
Right. No, true. Okay, I'm gonna save the long story time from this one, but when I was in, like, 8th grade, my friend and I, we were in a PE class with mostly sophomores, so problematic. But we thought this one guy was so cute, and, like, the only thing we knew about him was his name and that he worked at Safeway. But, like, a Safeway that's, like, not even close to us. But yeah, but my friend lived in closer to that town, or, like, moved out there or whatever. I don't know. We were just, like, we thought he was so cute, and we just, yeah, made it our, like, life's goal to, like, be friends with him so that we could fall in love.
That's so funny.
Girlhood.
Love that.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry. Okay, so the next one is, someone said that I double, triple, quadruple text. And again, girlhood. Sometimes, like, I'll make, like, sometimes I'll write out, like, massive paragraphs, and then other times I'll send, like, 7, 8 texts in a row. And you just never know what Easter you're gonna get. It's not even, like, that day, it's just in the moment, because sometimes I'll send, like, a massive paragraph, and then, like, 7 more texts, just like, short half sentences.
Like, live reacting. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna send, like, an initial thought, and then continue to just send more, like, little tidbits.
Yeah, because I get scared. I'm like, what if people don't like the long paragraphs? So that's why I send, like, a lot of different texts after that.
Yeah.
With, like, all the same information. But then I'm like, shoot, I don't want to, like, blow up their phone, so then I'll send the long paragraph. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm back in my conundrum. I don't know what they want.
Right. Sometimes dramatic effect, splitting things.
Send a survey to every person you know. Do you like a lot of text or one big text?
Right. You just change your texting frequency based on what they like. But it's, like, not changing the amount you're telling them. It's, like, whether they're getting it in one big message or, like, small.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. The next one is, I don't put in effort because I'm scared of it not being reciprocated. Eek. I love saying eek. Sorry, eek. That's not the point of that text, but I love eek. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. Like,
I can relate.
No, same. I mean, like, that's so real. Like, I either put in way too much effort and it's not reciprocated, or, like, it is reciprocated and that's great, or I don't put any in because I'm like, oh, like, my feelings for this person are way bigger than their feelings for me, so I'm just gonna wait for them to come to me when they want me. Not because, like, I think I'm, like, a big deal and stuff. Like, I don't like, go up and introduce myself to people, not because I'm like, oh, I'm way above them, like, I'm gonna wait for them to come to me, but because I'm like, I don't think they really care that much about me, or, like, right. I don't think they really care about, like, this or whatever, so I'm just gonna wait. Like, if they want to know, then they'll come ask. Again, not in a way that's like, oh, if they want to know me, they'll come ask me, but it's in like a very meek way, like, oh, if they want to know me, like, they'll come ask. It's fine.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to my work friends a little bit, because, like, I just, like, kind of said, like, I'm very, as outgoing as I am in a lot of situations when I don't know people super well, I'm very much, like, speak when I'm spoken to, and not, like, being the one to talk first, or, like, really be sparking up a conversation.
Yes.
And, like, obviously, like, I come out of my shell more and more, but, like, I really do, I guess, depend on, like, people reciprocating that same effort, because it's like, if I try to talk to you and I don't know you very well, but, like, you're still kind of, like, a little more cold, or I feel like you don't want to talk to me, like, I'm not going to keep talking. I'm gonna wait till you have a conversation with me to talk to you.
Yeah. And like I feel like I don't give the best first impressions. So like I come off very like reserved, I think, a lot of times when I first meet people because I'm so scared of like giving a bad first impression. Just this sounds so bad, just like being myself.
Right. Dang. Relatable.
Oh, wow, what a type 3 I am.
Right.
Okay, the next one is I spend money, like I spend all the money I do not have when I know I'm gonna need it later. Hashtag YOLO. I may or may not have said this one.
Hashtag YOLO.
YOLO's just been on my mind. That's why I said it so many times earlier, and now it's just
Right.
like confirmed that I said this one. Maybe.
Maybe that should be our post. Just big text. YOLO.
Oh, I thought you were saying the whole thing. I was like, honestly, like a lot of people have this problem. And it's a red flag that I have to deal with. Like literally Laney merch. Like I love Laney so much. I love them so much. But the reason I don't have a lot of merch is because it's so expensive. Like literally I got 2 hoodies and a t-shirt. $220.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sobbing. Like I'm sorry, there's no hoodie that should cost $75. There's no t-shirt that should cost $45. But that's just me.
Yeah. I've been trying to cut back on a lot of my spending because I'm like, wait, I have a lot of important things that are costing money.
I know, me too. But then I
So,
just
like,
keep spending.
oops.
Oh,
Yeah, and then PayPal Pay in 4 just really convinces me to buy things because I can pay it in like 4 $50 installments instead of $200 at once.
yeah.
Love that for me.
I know. Luckily,
No, I totally do that.
I got a hoodie for my sister, so she'll be paying me back when she gets paid tomorrow. So
Oh, amazing.
that'll be $85 back in my account, but not the full 200.
Right.
Crying, sobbing.
Love that. The next one's so funny. All it said was theater kid.
You know what?
I
Fair.
love that.
But also, actually, I don't have it. But also, sorry.
Iconic.
Okay, the next one. Hypochondriac. Can I relate? Probably a lot.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Literally, everything that I left out of my thorns that are my additional thorns is just the fact that my last week, literally since last Thursday, so bad because of how much of a hypochondriac I am. Like, that's why I was so unhinged. Like, well, I was very MIA this weekend for other things. Like, I had a wedding to go to, obviously, but like, clearly, since I got scared of developing an infection, I was already worried about that. Then I had all these other things. So I may or may not have, gone down the very typical hole of convincing myself of all these random things. Yeah. Haha.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Red flag. I can relate. No, but genuinely, I actually, and then, okay, wait, this next one kind of goes with that. I may or may not have said this next one. But just like avoiding all my problems. Yeah, me. So goes along with me being a hypochondriac. My biggest thing, I convinced myself that like a bunch of my like moles, okay, I'm a very freckly person. If you've never seen what I look like, I'm covered. In the summertime, my face is like one big freckle. So I also have like a lot of moles. And I convinced myself that a bunch of them were brand new. Like, and I have so many that's like, I'm not going to know which ones are the new ones. I found photo evidence from October that I did not have said ones that I thought were new. But then when I went back for more photo evidence, I found pictures from July where I did have them. So I learned that I have some that went into hiding, I guess. But like, you just can't see them, like, because what I realized was like a bunch of mine that like only really show and like come up when like I get more sun exposure and they come out for the season. They just weren't so obvious in my pictures in October. So yeah, I literally had myself so convinced that I needed to get like a full body skin check like right this second. Convinced myself I had like cancer. So
you know what? Fair.
but then guess who has not called the dermatologist all week. Me.
Oh.
Because then I, found the evidence that I had them in September, so now I'm like, I don't have to go right now. So, do I need to go? Yes. Am I gonna go tomorrow? No. I also have a lease issue, apartment drama mess
Oop.
that I need to email my landlords about, and I have not done it the whole last week and a half because I don't want to. I'm scared of confrontation.
You know what? Relatable. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. 'Tis the season.
Wait, which one are we on? Wait, no, is it your turn? Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Which one are we on?
Very last one.
The last one? Okay, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So this one may or may not also be mine. Rely too much on external validation. And, okay, I have to be honest right now. Honesty hour. Sam, I kind of was not paying attention to what you were just saying. Because... I'm so sorry. Because I was, like, looking through my notifications and, okay. So I went to Lainey, and then, like, after shows, like, I try to make, like, a recap video. Like, am I a video maker expert? Absolutely not. But do I just do it because I think it's fun? And I want to post more concert videos? Yes. So I did that, and I was just looking, hoping that, like, Lainey would see it or something. They haven't. But I just saw that Paul liked it, and so I literally got tears in my eyes. I texted my sister a screenshot immediately. So I'm so sorry. That's what I've been doing, the past, like, 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Weight off my chest.
You should send that to Marlia. She would cry with you.
Oh my gosh, no, she responded to my story. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. I was like, yes, I love.
Literally, the day after night one, she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Issa went. And I'm like, yeah, no, same. And then it was so funny because then you went to night two, and I was like, how do I tell her you're also going to the second night in a row? But no, I'm sure she's seen that now. But also, TBH, I wasn't listening to myself either because I started playing with my headphone cord. So I also had no idea what I was saying, and I know that I just, like, went down my whole rabbit hole and said a bunch of things, like, I wasn't planning on ever saying out loud. So I just kind of, like, spilled all my thoughts because I was playing with my headphone cord and, like, not paying attention.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Love that for us.
But yeah, so I rely too much on external validation, and, like, so there's that, and then, like, I feel like I've gotten better at this, at, like, not sending Sam every single thing that I'm thinking about posting on the Likewise account, but also at the same time, like, it's our shared account, so I want to make sure that it, like, she does like it, or, like, it's on brand, or, like, whatever, but sometimes I don't, and then I'm like, but she hates this, and she's like, well, it's there. I'm like, oh well. Or, I don't know, just wanting Paul Jason Klein to fall in love with me. Anyways. Sorry. No, literally, like, I just let concerts and everything in my life, like, dictate how I'm doing. And right now, I'm, like, not doing great. Because
the blues.
Yeah, post-concert blues, and also them, like, potentially not having a good time in Seattle. I'm like, no, I literally just want you to come back, and, like, I want to redeem Seattle for you. But also, that's why I, like, did my recap so fast, because I'm like, shoot, I want them to see this. I want them to, like, be like, okay, someone in Seattle does like us, cool.
I feel like the Paramount is just, like, not the vibe.
No,
like, the Paramount's just, like, not a good venue for a concert. Like, I'm sorry, go to the WAMU. Or, like,
I know, and, like, the WAMU,
Showbox.
the WAMU isn't great either, but, like, it's better than the Paramount that has the upper mezz and, like, the mezzanine and, like, seats, and so people are gonna be sitting during the show, even though, like, they shouldn't be, and it's just rough.
Right. Unless you need to be sitting.
Yeah.
Like, I very much understand that.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like
that.
Literally concert etiquette. We just need concert etiquette to come back, and, like, when you go to a concert, act like you're having a good time. Like, it's not that hard. You're there for a reason.
Sure. Like, you're not too cool for the concert you bought tickets to.
Literally. Like, even if you're going just for someone else, like, you want them to have a good time. They might not, the other person that you're with probably won't have a good time if you're not having a good time. I mean, they might.
I remember remember feeling that way about some of the people, like, when we went to the Band Camino. Like, some of the people during, like, the Wildlife Inbound Sons were kind of annoying me because,
Yes, they were just talking so
they're just
much.
acting like they were too cool. But I'm like, this is kind of funny because, like, if you love the Band Camino, like, these are the people they love, so
Yeah.
why are you being a hater?
No, literally.
Anyways, so the the next question, this was very short because I was just thinking about like Messy Girl era. I was very inspired by like, so there's this Maisie Peters lyric from her song Blonde, and you know she just comes in and she says like, oh, nothing more frightening than a woman scorned. And the whole thing's like, yeah, they broke up, whatever, she's bleaching her hair blonde, whatever. um so I was just thinking about, you know, classic post breakup hair changes, people bleaching their hair, dyeing their hair, chopping their hair off impulsively, bangs, whatever. So I just asked for people to give stories if they had any wild ones, and TBH, there's only like 2 responses to talk about. So, but they're still fun. So the first one is just all caps, bangs, which like, yeah, love that. I feel like mine were always just like a chop or a dye, and not bangs. I think I've always just been too scared to do bangs, so till now.
Yeah, I don't have like any breakups to talk about, so don't ever do that. But like
My friend told me that she gave herself a balayage.
That's so funny.
But it wasn't after a breakup.
Yeah, I just do my hair all the time. I don't need a reason to do it, so
Right.
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. And okay, and like the next one also similar to bangs. It is bangs. But a little bit more of a story time. So it just says got bad bangs at Great Clips while visiting home after friend makeout thing I sent earlier.
That's what really got me. I was just like, I love the like continuation of this story.
Yeah, that's so good.
I don't have a lot to say about these next points, so I guess they're kind of more honorable mentions and shout outs than they are a discussion. But I just thought it'd be fun if we kind of just like went pop culture-ish a little bit. I know I mentioned like Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan earlier, but I don't know, just thinking about some pop culture messy girls or just like historic messy women, like messy in a complimentary way, like is kind of what I think. Like people who have some history, maybe they were like scorned and shamed by the media, but they are icons, legends, and we love them. So somewhat a little bit in celebration of Women's History Month. Because we were like, what the heck, why aren't we doing anything for Women's History Month? And so
yeah, that's so messy of us.
Right.
So fake.
So funny. The first one is Princess Diana. May she rest in peace.
Oh my gosh, tea though. Love Princess Di, but like just like the whole situation with Charles, like that's absolutely wild. And honestly,
Yeah.
it's more on the Queen than was Princess Di. Like, and that's tea.
But yeah. Icon, legend.
Love. Oh yeah. May both their
Love.
souls rest in peace. I guess.
True.
And if you don't know about that whole situation, let us know. We'll fill you in. Or you can Google it. I don't know. Either way is fun.
Oh, maybe that'd be kind of fun sometime.
Yeah.
Deep dive.
Okay, the next one. Miley Cyrus. We all know the era. Iconic. Love her.
Yeah.
Love her now.
Yeah.
I mean, loved her then, but it was like, ooh.
I love Miley Cyrus. Shout out her getting her first Grammy.
Yes! So good!
And second.
No, literally.
Amazing. Okay, the next one is Simone Biles. I've been thinking about this one so much, and I think it's just because the Olympics are rolling around again right now. But because, like, the last Olympics, she got, like, flamed, and everybody was hating on her, in the media, online, like it was a hot topic because she um like stepped out of competing halfway through the 2020 Olympics.
Right. Okay. When I saw Simone Biles on here, I was like, I have no
For
idea.
yeah. Yeah, like for her mental health.
Yeah.
And people were angry because it was right before like the all around finals she pulled out. And
Yeah.
it was like originally I think they weren't that mad and people were originally concerned for her because it was like medical reasons is what it was classified as. So they were like, "Dang, I wonder what happened to her." And then she came forward and she addressed that like she was like, "I need this for my mental health." And then people ripped her to shreds and I'm like, "That's I don't think that's how you respond to that." And they were basically just like, "She's in the wrong." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Anyways, she's still an icon
Yeah.
and she still is so good at her sport. Also, her man's is no longer going to be a Packer. He is a Bear now. Fun fact. Her man's that she defended so hard after after that situation.
Okay. The next one, Emma Chamberlain. She was like one of the first like messy girl influences to succeed slash make it trendy, just because she's like so raw and real about it all, and like not in like the drama petty messy way, but in the oh my gosh I don't have my life put together, let me vlog it and see if anyone relates kind of way.
Right. Just like the messy, like the editing style, the like burping, like what, just kind of like all those things that became trendy, like self-deprecating humor, like all those things. It was very like messy girl, I guess. Okay, wait, this is so funny because like I just was just laughing when I put this on the list. This was like a reactionary thing to something I was watching. Kelly Clarkson, she's not messy unless she is messy. Oh wait, people do think that people people are saying she's lying about Ozempic. Anyways, she's not messy, but she is taking everyone's songs and doing them better than them. I would be so scared if I had like a top pop song and Kelly Clarkson covered it.
No, for real. Like I was literally telling my mom this like 2 or 3 days ago. And I was because we were listening to karaoke or like it came up on my day list. And so we were listening to it. I was like, oh my gosh, I like even if I was like musically gifted, like talented or anything, like I don't know that I would really want to do anything because I'd be so scared that Kelly Clarkson would cover my song.
Right.
I like though like verbatim. I said
She's
that to my
done
mom
everything better than
a
the
couple
original
days ago.
artists. Like, I'm sorry.
And yeah, no, absolutely. Like happier than ever. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Kelly takes the cake.
I'm so sorry, Billy. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fictional characters. Of course we had to throw them in there. You know, the book turned into a TV series. Summer I Turned Pretty. Belly. We just want to scream at her. Literally, like, I'm sorry. I do not, like, okay. I know I was oblivious to things going on in high school and stuff, but, like, I don't think I know a person from high school that was like Belly. Like, she's absolutely wild and not, I don't even know what she's doing most of the time. I'm like,
Right.
Stop it. Or
First
start
of
it.
all,
I don't
you're
know. Just
dating
make a
brothers.
decision.
That's so messy. Dating brothers. Come
Yes, that's literally,
on.
don't do that. Unless you did it and worked out for you, then good for you. But
Right.
I feel like you wouldn't recommend it.
Fighting with someone at their mom's funeral. Messy.
Yeah. That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah. Anyways, can't wait for the next season to come.
Yeah, I can't wait. Whenever it is.
I want to see the changes that have been made. I want to see how Jenny Han decided to let them take like the route of book 3. Like,
Yeah, because Jenny Han, also messy.
Is there going to be cheating trope?
Because the thing is, so many things that happened in season 2, like the way the books go, like a big thing that happened in season 2 cannot make book 3 or cannot make season 3 happen the way that the book did because it is such a big deal in the third book. And that like honestly really annoys me. I'm like, hello, you did not have to do this. You did not have to make that decision in season 2. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it right now.
Yeah. I'm just so curious. Like, I really want to know how, like, it's all going to come together. And then people were like, she's saying, like, she might even change who Belly ends up with. And I was like, no, she can't.
I Oh my
She can't.
I would sue for like emotional damage or something. I don't know.
Literally,
Like
she can't. I'm sorry. Because, what? Are you just going to change everything Susanna wanted?
and that's tea. You can't take back the letters that Susanna wrote.
Jenny Han is a messy girl.
Yeah.
Anyways, for more of our hate on the Samurai Turned Pretty, we've talked about it so much, but I think our book talk episode we talk about it more too. Okay, another fictional one that I was thinking of. Obviously, love People We Meet on Vacation, and I loved Poppy, but she's messy.
So this girl does not have her life together at all.
She's messy. Like, just the whole everything. Like, I loved it. It is part of the story. Like, I love messy female characters.
Honestly,
like,
all of Emily Henry's like female characters,
yeah, they're
FMCs,
messy.
like they're all messy. Even if they do have their lives together, like they're so messy and it's so funny. Like book lovers,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah. Yo.
crazy. LOL, Love is Blind, Sarah Ann. I haven't watched the reunion, but I like seen like some posts and I'm like nervous to watch it and because like I don't know what's going on and okay. Was she in the wrong for messaging Jeremy saying, "Hey, you made a decision. Congrats. Hope it all works out for you"? No. Was she wrong for saying, "If there's ever an opportunity for me to step in, let me know"? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you don't do that. She literally
Right.
knew he got engaged. So like you don't say that. You can think it, sure, but you don't say that to him. Like that's that's
Yeah.
vile. Sorry, but that's vile.
Yeah. I'm like, I can understand where she's coming from in like her being emotional and heartbreaking and wanting to message him knowing they're engaged because obviously you don't know, like, yeah, maybe they weren't gonna work out. And honestly, they probably weren't gonna work out. But also, I don't know, it was just so interesting. I'm like, I get it. I get what she was doing, and it is kind of annoying that like people are tearing her apart, just being like, "You're not a girl's girl, you're not a girl's girl," over and over again, and she's like, whatever, like, because she was like, clearly, it obviously like worked out for me in the end or whatever, but like, it's just weird. Yeah, that drama is wild, and I do think it was messy. And like the way like that none of the stories line up every single time she tries to defend herself about it, like with her intentions and everything, yeah, messy. But I guess like yeah, go after your man, I guess. Like I guess like that's the whole reason you were on the show, was to like fall in love, so sure. But yeah, no, it was definitely messy girl, messy girl in a not good way, in like a bad drama
In
way.
a disgusting way. Ugh.
Okay. Our thing to close out on. This is so funny. I actually thought this episode was going to be so short. Didn't expect myself to bring out all my history. Okay. So the very last one. This is just silly. If you're familiar with the JC Marie lore of JC Marie and Kendall Jenner, how people gave JC so much hate for this, and it was all in good fun, and some of the things like she was not reaching, like she'd post some stuff jokingly reaching and being like, oh, she's definitely copying me, but like some of them were like full on like, yes, 100%, like you are her muse, like you are her inspo for everything she's doing. But yeah, she basically had this whole like running series of like pointing out all these things that like where it looked like Kendall Jenner was copying her posts, and some of them very obvious. And so we've just been thinking about that a lot recently because, I don't know, sometimes we feel like we have our own Jason Marie Kendall Jenner situation on our hands.
Yeah. No, literally, I thought that was the funniest thing ever when JC's like, cause like it was outfits. It was mostly outfits and like vacation spots and stuff, or like, or just like the posed photos, and I don't know. It was just like a lot of those things. And so like, a lot of them weren't reaching, but some of them she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, the fork is on the table. Her fork is on the table.
Yeah.
She's copying me again." And it's like, oh my gosh, girl, that's so funny. Like, we all know it's a joke, except for apparently people who didn't get the fact that it's a joke. But no, I thought that was so funny too.
Yeah, no, it's too good. Okay, so if you know, some of our lore is that like a big reason why we changed our like main fonts that we use is because we were just getting annoyed with how much our previous font was everywhere.
Tan
And
Nimbus.
like Tan Nimbus, love you, but everybody else loves you. So obviously we're gonna change our fonts. And it's hard sometimes where it's like we have been doing this for a long time and we've been through so many different rebrands and eras. Um, and it's just sometimes it's hard. I mean, not saying people are copying us, but it's hard when you like watch people like do something that like feels almost exactly like something we're doing, you know? So it's just intense. And we maybe have sleuths sometimes. And we're not afraid. We're not afraid to screenshot and check hex codes of colors. Not that you can't use the same colors as us, but like we fully like it's like when you work so hard on like making a full brand board, everything. And we know we've also posted our colors, but like also even if we didn't post our colors, like you would be able to know what colors are our like
Yeah.
colors we use for our post, and you could still,
Because
whatever.
like we
But, like,
only
we
use
posted
our
our colors. 'Cause
We
duh.
we rarely use colors like outside of them, and like I know that like I made the likewise pot is toxic post or whatever, and like that doesn't use our fonts and stuff, but it's still our colors. And so like obviously we're gonna have some stuff that doesn't fit like our exact
Right,
brand
with like weird
guide
crossover.
every time, but but when we see
It's just kind of funny.
when we see some posts that look very similar and like in color, in font, in design, we're gonna
We just speculate.
yeah, we text each other.
Right.
And then
I
we post
love
on close
and
friends
it's
saying
right.
saying this is like Kendall and JC were JC.
JC. Literally. Um and like not to like obviously like sometimes and then like I admitted when I'm like oops, yeah, I was actually really reaching, this was not this, and I just like assumed or whatever. um like I'll admit it's just kind of fun and silly goofy sometimes because it's like we do make really good meaningful connections with people in the community, so then sometimes it's hard when it's like maybe we've like tried to make connections with people and then it like doesn't follow through, but then there is almost this like feeling where we're like this is being done, or like it just sometimes it makes us either feel like one, we're not as original and creative as we think we are, or two, like someone's copying us. Either way, it's not a good feeling. And so like it's obviously us getting in our heads a little bit, but sometimes I think we're not in our heads. And it's not that we don't want people to copy us. I love a trend. I love copying trends other people make. So fun. But when it's like when that's not the intention. And when it's like when you don't interact with us, but clearly you're seeing what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, like we're not saying like, oh yeah, if you copy us, like give us credit. But at the same
No.
time,
I'd love to be friends.
yeah, like it's different if we interact with each other. It's different if we're friends, like but again, when there's not really a whole lot of interaction or, no interaction at all, I don't know, we talk to each other and we try to figure things out. We sleuth. We're sleuthers.
We sleuth.
We're girls.
Yeah, for real. It's complicated sometimes. But yeah, we're messy. But we're not like overly messy cuz like we could like, we could do something about it sometimes. But like we're just privately messy about it. Likewise, pot is toxic. But I assure you, to all of our actual friends, like people we talk to, DM with, people who we have crossover with, do similar things to, we're not talking about you at all. Like 100%.
But we could be if you think we talk, but we don't. But we're probably not talking about you. Don't worry, just needs to stir in the pot a little bit.
That's so funny. But yeah, no, we
If you think we're not talking about you, think again. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I thought it was so funny. I was like, oh, Sam, you know this story. You're like, oh, yeah, I do. I was like, how do you know what story I'm going to tell?
Because I'm like, I just assumed. Like, I was like, I just know that. I'm like, Issa, it's the reason why, like, you're all I think about every time I listen to See Through. Like, it's the See Through story. Come on.
Oh my gosh, wait, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's so ingrained in my brain. That is See Through.
Oh my gosh.
I literally listened to that song today on my way home from work, like driving through the neighborhoods, and I was thinking about that story.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's like rent-free. It's my Roman Empire, I guess. No, just kidding.
Apparently. No, okay. If you guys want more information, let me know. I might be able to let you know. I might not though. Okay. So to round out the episode, sorry, I'm just cutting us off before we talk anymore.
Yeah.
So to round out the episode, of course, we're gonna end with Song of the Week. So Sam, what is your Song of the Week?
Okay. Oh gosh. Sorry, I did not mean to yawn right there. My Song of the Week is Too Good to Be True by Miss Casey Musgraves, because I'm just so ready for this album, Deeper Well. Like, I just know it's gonna be so good. Yeah, and I do want to go to her tour, but she's not coming to Nebraska. I'm contemplating the Seattle date.
My sister got her ticket for Seattle, and she's trying to convince me to go. I'm like, girl, I'm not spending that much money.
Oh yeah, no, I know my sister's probably gonna go, because she loves Father John Misty, and she also really likes Casey Musgraves. But now I'm like, ooh, would that be a good time for me to like do a trip home? Maybe. Anyways, that's my Song of the Week.
Okay, mine is Surprise Surprise by Lainey. No. No, that's a song. It's No by Lainey. And it's just been in my head, and it's so good. And I am probably Delulu, but I swear, night one, Paul and I had a moment. He also took my picture during one of the songs, so in love. So like this random person is gonna have a dispo photo of me when she gets it developed. Anyways, I just love that song. And a little bonus is like today my sister and I were texting last night because she was at a friend's house. She's like, no, just reminds me of Loved You First. I was like, Loved You First? What's that? Like, what are we talking about? And then she responds this morning. She's like, One Direction. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And I was like, wait, that's an interesting connection. Like, okay. She goes, no, just because it sounds like any of the the verses to know like could go into the chorus of Loved You First by One Direction. I was like, wait, that's actually so good. Like, I never would have thought of that. That's crazy.
I'm so glad other people's brains do that too, because I do that with so many songs.
No, I love that. And so now I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, One Direction needs to come back, and then they need to collab.
That's it. I'm excited for next week, even though I haven't put any notes down, but it's like...
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited for next week.
Easy.
Wow.
Likewise tour.
Likewise on tour. Yeah, I mean, even with as chaotic this episode was and how... And, you know, my mental emotional state right now, this was still a fun episode to record and just get more of Sam's lore in my head.
Lore that should I have shared? Maybe not. But like nobody's listening who would care.
No, I love it. But yeah, that's all we've got. So, you know, as always, make sure to rate and review on whatever stream platform you use and follow us as well, so that you always know when an episode's coming out. It's typically Saturdays in May. It might change to Fridays, but who knows? We do. And also follow us on Instagram at likewise_pod, and you can also follow our personals there too. It's right up there in the bio. We always repost our own posts and stories and stuff. Sam's coming out with a poetry book in April. So lots of exciting things. Follow her author account. So fun, so cute.
Yeah,
I love it.
If you go there, you can see the cover and everything important, release date, cover, everything.
I love being on the inside because I get like all of the I got everything. Like, I got to see some of the poems. I got to see the cover while she was still
Right.
designing it. Like, I'm getting everything.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like to know someone famous.
Right. Just kidding. Far from it.
So yeah, thank you so much, Sam, for spending another evening with me, and I hope you just have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.